your first speaker for the positive team for Is It Better to Plant Cabbages Than It Is to Plant a Rose? Please welcome to the stage Mr. Scott John. And please thank our host Ricky Martin. He bangs. So you better be quick after the show. Right. And by the way, is it better to plant a cabbage than a rose rather than cabbages? Good to see you well prepared.
Thank you, Ross Watts.
That's all right. Okay, so we've got the well-dressed rose people over here. Look like they've come straight from a Year 12 formal. But like in a courtroom, the best dressed men are always the ones in most trouble. All right, so what we're on the cabbage team. So what I'm going to do is expose the evils of the rose. What Rob here, the lovely Rob Hunter, will do is explain the hidden virtues of the cabbage. And they are well hidden. And Jared Fitch will, I'd probably do his Peter Cundall impression.
It's fantastic.
At this early stage in the night, do you want to show your preparation? He's got a scrap of paper that he was scribbling on just before the show. So you're in for a well-prepared treat when Jared's up here. All right.
It's fantastic.
Do we win yet? Now the messengers of Jesus here will have you believe that the rose is a wart on the. Will have you believe that the rose is a great thing, but I'm here to tell you that it's a wart on the chin of humanity. Right? This thorny whore of the flower world is responsible for a lot of pain. And some say the rose inspires great art, but I say, pish! 'Tis not true. Now, for example, let's look at the rose's effect on popular music. The Rose has inspired a string of shit songs. Couple of examples. The Rose by Bette Midler. Does anyone know that one? Anyone care to sing a few lines? No? As sung by Bette Midler and 1,000 overweight women in karaoke bars. Shit song. Bon Jovi, I Want to Lay You Down on a Bed of Roses. Get fucked. And how about the one from Poison? Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings his sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great song. I love that.
It's a great song. Here we go. I don't know. Fans of shit rose-based prose over here. Then there was Elton John, who had a perfectly good song about Marilyn Monroe, Candle in the Wind. Beautiful gesture. But then another blonde bimbo dies, and he rewrites it for him. Goodbye, England's rose, may ye ever grow in our hearts. Now, I have to ask the question, Diana, England's rose or a slut who died in a car crash? Yeah. But just imagine, okay, what's your name, sir?
Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre! Fantastic!
He killed Diana. I didn't do it.
Is it really Jean-Pierre? Yeah. That's fantastic. You got an Aussie accent. Oh, fucking Jean-Pierre! So just imagine Jean-Pierre, I wrote a song for you, a love song, when you died. And then you, sir, what's your name?
François.
Francois, get fucked. And then he died, and I just rewrote the song for you. You'd be fucking pissed off. Rolling in your grave. Francois and Jean-Pierre. Now, So there's just a few bad songs about roses. I don't know about you, I can't think of one shit song about cabbages. Now, the bottom line is the rose is deceptive. Giving a rose is seen as a romantic gesture, despite the fact that it is covered in thorns that stab you in the hand. It's a weird symbol of love. This is a symbol of my love. I've cut my wrist off. I think my pinky's hanging off. Why did you do this to me? Because I love you. It's not going to stand up in a court of law. But according to florists, and the car salesman over here, ladies love receiving roses. But, ladies, think of the most likely reasons that a man would give you a rose. And there's three. Number one, he's a weird loser from Facebook who wants to bang you. Number two, he's your boyfriend and he's just fucked up bad. I'm sorry I slept with your sister, here's some shrubbery. And number three, you've just died and he's putting it on your coffin. That's the three reasons. No, but the rose and romance are only linked in fiction. It's a cliche because in Disney movies, a rose is delivered on an elegant pillow by an Elizabethan duke. But in reality, a rose is sold by a fat bloke in a restaurant while you're trying to eat. He's just getting in the way of your cabbage eating. And women named Rose include Chappelle Corby's mum, Rosalie Rose, and Rose Hancock Porteous, both disgusting human beings. If that's not enough, bogan women get them tattooed on their fat ass. What could be less romantic than this evil flower stretched this wide across an ass cheek? But some may say that the giving of the cabbage is hardly a romantic gesture. It's a bit weird if you rock up on someone's doorstep on Valentine's Day with a cabbage. We'll admit to that. But the romance lies within the cabbage. The cabbage brings long-lasting relationships. To quote Frank Sinatra, love and marriage go together like a horse and cabbage. I think I can finish there. What do you reckon? All right. But to look at it from a metaphorical sense, some say the rose represents art and entertainment, and the cabbage represents resources and service. Sure, art and entertainment important, but they wouldn't exist without resources and service. Think about what you'd prefer if you could only have one or the other. A cabbage or a rose? Schools or an art gallery? Healthcare and public hospitals? Or a ticket to a Michael Bublé concert? I would like to conclude my part of the argument with the wise words of one of the great philosophers of the 21st century, Andre 3000, who penned the immortal poetry, I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see that roses really smell like poo. Roses really smell like poo. Ooh, ooh.